Good morning, everybody, and we are running on the cover screen of the Flip 4 this morning. Give this guy a test. My coffee cup up here. I remember last time I had coffee, let alone had a drink at all. I actually took a Gatorade last night at work, and I think that's the last thing I've eaten. So, let's see how this guy does in low light. And I still don't see a flashlight option for the front screen when you're recording. But, it does give you some different aspect ratios on this model versus the Flip 3 when you're using the cover screen, which is hopefully it's 16 by 9. I don't know. I honestly don't know what it is, and play it back and find out if it's 1 by 1. I don't have it turned on that way, so we shall see. My ass slept in this morning. It is 9:15 right now. Been up for like about maybe 10 minutes or something. So, because I didn't drink much, I didn't have to get up and go to the bathroom, so I just slept right through the whole morning. Carrie just went off to the surplus. Oh, her lights came. I don't know what else came yesterday. Two monkeys sitting here. Lay down, buddy boy. I'm going to tell you. He's like, I'm not doing anything. So, we're going to get ourselves suited up here, and I think try to head to the park this morning. Because honestly, it looks like a beautiful morning. Oh my goodness, birds. Oh my goodness gracious, guys! Really? This I go back to this is still very convenient to film around with. So I just haven't used it much because I just haven't. I've been trying to stick with one camera mainly. But I am going to tomorrow. I'm off, so hopefully we can find some time to do side by side with the Flip 3, Flip 4. I want to do a side by side. Not even do the iPhone, obviously the 13 Pro Max and the Flip 4, and even maybe go as far as throwing the Motorola Razr in there too a little bit, which is definitely going to lose big time. Alright, so that whole time I held the phone basically up and down. I don't know, when it's flipped shut, I'll have to kind of figure out how to show you. So this clip, I'm actually holding the phone on its side, because that entire clip was in portrait mode. I want to see if, starting it this way, it actually films me, because right now you'd think this would be in portrait mode, because the screen is long ways, whereas the screen was wide the other way. So let's find out if this actually films me in a 16 by 9 ratio. That would definitely be better in editing. And I might actually be able to get away with using the ultra-wide lens all the time, which I don't mind. The ultra-wide lens is good, but I think the other lens is just a tad bit bigger. Okay, so that is accurate. If you hold the phone sideways, like you would hold to record normally, to film out, it is the 16 by 9 ratio this year. It's not a square photo all the time. So right now we're on the normal lens, not the ultra-wide lens. I just barely fit in the little box, which honestly really wouldn't matter because there's going to be a bunch of room here on either side of me. So that is definitely a improvement, but you do need to rotate the footage because I don't know why. It doesn't actually rotate the thing, so you have to kind of spin it all the way around. But it does work, so. Alright, take a little test here. But it's nice being able to use it folded up, that's for sure. My man's waiting for mommy, he just left. Princess is waiting for daddy. Yeah. What do you think, Princess? Yeah? Need you, Bobby? Need you what? So, and with having the control features on the volume keys is nice. So. Alright, a couple tests in. Going to get the wires moved around on the ShiftCam. And we're going to play around using the Rode Wireless Go 2 on it and head to the park after I have a cup of coffee. So I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so I just mentioned I was going to put this thing in the ShiftCam. Just want to go back and show everybody, how I have my thing set up here. Because I am using the digital cords for both the SC15 and the SC16 for the iPhone and for Android. With the ShiftCam on the strap, which I broke, but I fixed it. Why it's so important. Let me get the flash on here. But the strap actually has this little space back behind, which holds the strap for itself. and I ran both of these cords down through. Now, whichever one I'm not using, I can fold into this little area back here and Velcro it shut. So basically, when I want to switch devices, I can just unvelcro and flop out the cables. Now, what I like about the SC16 cable for the Android is the fact that being USB-C on both ends, I can use this guy here, the L bracket, up against here when I'm plugging into the device for the Rodes. That's what this is for, the Rode Wireless Go 2s. And it gives me a little snugger space. Now, if you watched my Flip 3 video using the ShiftCam Pro Grip, the nice thing is the bottom piece will slide in, the back will slide in here, and you can still flip the phone shut and use it folded up. So, I will mention here, I don't know if I need my flash for this. This clip here, the very first clip, I was actually holding the phone basically up and down. And I had to zoom in because it's actually in a portrait ratio, 320%, well, 319, but I'm going to probably push it to 320 to get a 16:9 ratio. So this first clip is going to be super zoomed in and very grainy because it's digitally zoomed in with Final Cut. So yeah, if you want the 16:9 ratio, you can get it now with it flipped shut on the cover screen. You just have to have the camera's top or bottom, not on the sides, and it will give you the 16:9 ratio. It looks weird because they think the way the screen's showing you being up and down, and it's not the way it is. So, still not on Rode audio yet. This has all been Flip4 Samsung audio. I'm going to get this thing hooked in here, and we are going to get moving because it is almost 9:30 already, and we're running out of time. Not really, because I don't go until 3 today. I was going to go in earlier, but I've been staying about 11:20 the last couple nights by the time I get out of there, so I made up my hour. Anywho, time to get moving. I hope you guys enjoy this video because I'm already psyched that this works the way it does with 16:9 ratio. A little bummed out about that first clip, but this is the learning curve with new devices and how to use them, and I hope this is helpful to you guys if you end up getting a Flip 4. Flip 3 does not have 16:9 like this. It's always a square footage. Alright, something to note. This is being filmed on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Something to note on the Pro Grip, though, it does have the QR charging. And in order for you to hit the Flip 3's wireless charging, you need to have this thing pretty far pushed forward because it's in the bottom part of the screen here. I'm not sure. Let me go back. Try and do this one-handed. Not easy. I want to see when it turns off. Yeah, it turned off. Let's see when it turns back on here. Right there. So that's about. You're gonna need, this is what I'm talking about with the L-shaped bracket. So, in order for me to feel secure with it in the unit, I normally push it back right up against. Now, with the Flip being a little bit shorter, right here is where the screen cuts. You can still flip it shut. And now, you can actually, you double tap on the your lock button, and I gotta set this up to actually trigger it, but you'll be able to actually hit record and film with audio, with it shut, to do like front-facing, filming yourself. And then when you want to do the back, you just can swing it open. Gives you a little more compact design, and it fits in the pocket really good this way. All right, ShiftCam is on. Still don't have the Rode Wireless Go going. Shit. We're recording through USB mic. Yay! We are finally fully up and operational with this system. Now, can still flip around like I normally would and film this way with the iPhones. Not a big deal. But like I said, you can have it closed, and because it's on the way I have it in there, that would be the exact way you want it to be for to get the 16:9 ratio. I'm actually really excited they did that. I mean, it was a slight editing tweak, but the fact that you had to go to the 1.5 or the 0.5 lens every time you did it, because otherwise, when you did that zoom in, if I wouldn't have been on 0.5 in that clip right there, that clip would have been shot. I would not have been able to use it at all. Granted, it's going to be really grainy. We know why, but it's usable. But now you can use the 1x lens and film with it closed. So we need to get moving. I'm so excited. Can you tell? I have a little more life in me today? Yeah, something new. It looks like the watch is delayed. That ain't coming until like the 29th. The band for it, I think, is supposed to come tomorrow. So I'm going to get my watch band before I get my watch. And the case that was supposed to come with this thing free isn't coming until, I think, the 29th. It's like, really? You sent me a $1,150 phone with no case? Thank you, guys. Hey, wait, you leave my stuff alone, cat. Damn it, she hides stuff all the time. Okay, we are at the park. Got my volume on now. That makes things a little more easy. Not using it folded at the moment. Using it my traditional way because, you know, I want to be able to film these guys as well. So, got gas in the car. So now we're good there for a little bit. Beautiful morning. Skies are blue. A little breezy, 73 degrees. According to my car, which I trust the most because it's in my current location. So, here we go. Vlogging with the Z Flip4. Gotta say it slow, otherwise I'll say the Z Flip Fold 4. No, Z Flip 4. So far, I'm digging it. I do like the bespoke white and silver. That is to me, it's beautiful. Kind of would have liked to gone with black and gold, but they didn't offer that. They offered, I think you could get green and gold. I almost switched it, because the silver and white was a pre-selected version. If I would have changed the frame to gold, it would have been longer to get it, which it's okay. White and gold would look good too, but I'm good. I'm liking it. This kind of matches the iPhone, the silver and the white. So, which that one will actually be the one I trade in, because the other one's under contract with Verizon, unfortunately. All right, a little breezy. Puppy's going potty. We're getting ourselves moving here on a nice little walk. Okay, good. The controls do work with it flip shut as well. And because you're using the main cameras, HDR10 Plus works when you have it folded shut as well. However, something to note, if you use the camera flip feature, front to back, HDR10 gets turned off. Cannot work on the front camera, the inside front camera. So, just keep that in mind if you want to film in HDR. You can't do it if you use the flip feature with the cameras. But making sure the control would work. So, boom booms are done. Get our walk going here. And there goes Mr. Asshole with his bike that tried to run us over yesterday. He slowed down for the young lady, but tried to run us over. Squirrel! Oh crap, she's gonna run. This definitely makes this more of a compact unit for filming yourself, though. And honestly, I was thinking about it on the way over here. If I want to film the other way, I can still film the other way. Just can't see what I'm filming. I'm just kind of hoping I'm pointing at the right areas. So, it's a much more compact design in the ShiftCam. Yeah, we have a absolutely beautiful morning here for this. And get our walk done. Get home. Mateo did not get his medicine yet, so Terry finally just answered me when we got here. Got the car filled up with gas. On the way home, I do need to stop and get air in my tires because they have been ridiculously low. They kind of pick up on my travels, but they're nowhere where I like them, and my fuel mileage has been suffering for it. I have not been good with that. I used to be so adamant. Well, my air pressure is low, gotta stop at Sheetz, gotta get air in my tires, gotta get the car washed. Haven't done any of that crap in forever. Just kind of gotten out of sync. Life has changed too. Alright, now we're filming with Pro Video on auto. I don't know if there's any much changes with this. I don't think. Yeah, this one here is not going to give you edit anyway, because you don't have lens control. I don't know about macro with this. I don't believe the flips have the macro lens. We're going to have to test that out. We'll have to go back to the other camera and put it on 0.5 and see how close you can get to it at least. Should have just done it, but I mean, it's not a feature I use a ton. And honestly, with the iPhone, it does it by itself, so you don't even have to think about it. You know, it's just instant. Just flips it. And I remember when I first got it, I was like, what is going on? It was auto switching. Did have an iOS 16 update. I think we're on beta 6. We're getting close here, because we're the 24th. Getting close on a lot of things, because right after the phone gets released, probably about order day will be day 3000, or the day before. I think the 16th they'll probably be pre-order, and then the 17th should be day 3000. Crazy. Alright. Just going to see if this thing does any type of switch over. You can get pretty close. I don't think it's switching over though. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Look back and review. It wasn't the best subject to try to do that with. Something stationary would be better. I don't really want to film the fence. Think about it here for a second. What I can try to film that would be... Oh, I got an idea. No, I'm going to say no. It does not have a macro. So you don't have macro capabilities. That's alright. It's not the end of the world. The only thing I wish the front screen would do is remember what mode you were in last. It always goes back to photo. And then when you open the camera, it goes back to front-facing because you use basically the front-facing camera with it flipped shut. So far, the only device, cell phone-wise, that I know that does not work with the ShiftCam are the Sonys, because they have, I don't know, they do not. You cannot Bluetooth control them with any type of shutters because they have their own thing. I don't get it, but so yeah, the Xperias wouldn't work. The Xperia Pro I wouldn't work in the ShiftCam. None of the so just keep that in mind. If you are a Sony fan and you want to get the ShiftCam, don't bother. It ain't gonna work for you. So keep in mind that also goes for the Osmos. You can't use an Osmo with the Sony. Any type of trigger that you would have, like a selfie stick with a Bluetooth, ain't gonna work. It will not run its camera. Come on, Mateo, we are an hour behind schedule. I know I go in an hour later, but gee whiz, let's get this done. You're killing me today. But you are. Alright, so nice. Okay, so the 1 to ultra wide is a nice transition. Sometimes Samsung has a really jerky transition. That seems to be a little better. There's an idea on the beautiful sky we had this morning. To one, nice smooth transition. Nice it. Like it. And so far, I have not seen any glitching with this one. Now, like I said, I did get the free memory upgrade to 256 in my deal. That's why the pre-order was such a no-brainer for me. I had no interest in doing this until I saw the $900 trade-in, which was $50 more than I paid for the phone, and I got the $1,150 version for that price. Plus the case, plus the discount on the watch, which I'm kind of excited to test out, honestly. I do want to kind of try it out now. Because I haven't had a Samsung watch in, God, a few years. In fact, the other team lead that works at Walmart bought it from me. So, I was done with Samsung because everything worked with my iPhone at work and then it stopped working at work. That is the real reason I even have an Android device. If I didn't need it for work, I wouldn't have it. But it gives me a reason to test these out. Something I'm always curious about. Going from shaded to bright, how fast this thing can adjust. This is Pro video. I don't know if this will be any quicker. So far it seems like it's handling it pretty smooth. It's not jumping in and out of dynamic range. It picks up the brightness pretty quick. And then back, yeah, pretty good. Like I said, this camera's actually being pretty good. It's not doing any goofy stuttering things like I've had with the S22 Ultra and even the Flip 3 as of late. Just fire it up and it's like, maybe. So maybe they figured out something there. Of course, the 256 should help. I did not even turn RAM Plus or anything on. I don't know if it automatically, because I transferred the phone over. I don't think it could because this is a bigger model. So, I don't think it'd actually do that. The lady came around with her little black dog and Freya decides she's going to go chasing after it around my back. Threw off the freaking potty bags and everything. You're a good dog. Why can't your sister be good like you? Let's just see if basic video has the same. See, I can see the bright areas are a little more blown out with basic video. I mean, it adjusts it, but when it sees it in the shade, it's not as crisp. And they're both filming HDR10, so Pro Video might be the smarter way to go. And it's not like this camera is going to use the zoom, because you only have digital. And there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, that is horrible. Alright, let's see how ultra-wide looks still. Should look just as good. I don't know. Didn't look bad this morning when I tested it. I don't know, can you switch when you're recording? You can. Oh, cool. That's nice. Nice little feature. So, like, if Mike were with me, I could actually go to ultra-wide and get us both in the shot. So that's kind of a nice little deal. Oh, I'm enjoying it so far. The only problem is I have a hair under my case. And here's another thing. The only case I was able to find right now was the body glove at Walmart. And it's a little too short. So, and I want to test the case from the 3 and see if it actually fits. It'd be interesting to know. Alright, butter walk is just about done. I'm ready to have something to eat and get this bad boy imported. Actually, importing everything will go super fast today because there's one clip of ProRes footage. So that won't take long to process. Everything else will just be in HDR10. And it's not in ProRes, so the file sizes are very small. It'll be an easy peasy day. This is actually another area that I'm curious to see how it... I still can see some of the blue through the trees back there, so it's keeping up pretty good with the dynamic range so far, in and out of shade. It's one of the areas, and I'm bright enough I can actually see myself. That's another thing they did change was the controls that you have on the front screen. You can turn on your Bluetooth, your cellular, I think something else, Wi-Fi maybe, and then you can brightness and volume for your phone, which I struggled with, if you remember, with the Flip 3. Alright guys, well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Quick little vlogging trip at the park with the dogs with the Samsung Z Flip 4.